Hey everyone, welcome. We're doing a Get Ready With Me and it's a giveaway. Stay tuned to find out how to enter. If you're new here, I'm Belle. I do unboxings, Get Ready With Me's, diamond painting, video game content, and kind of whatever else suits my fancy. I also have a huge advent calendar season coming up, so stick around for that. And if any of that sounds interesting, I'd appreciate it if you'd hit that like and follow. So today we are pretty much gonna do like a whole face of the new stuff I've gotten lately. And while we do that, I'm gonna do some things a little different, just to test them out a little bit. And I've got some stories to tell you, because it's been a busy week in our tiny little town. I'm starting with the Mystic Moods face primer. I should start with toner. Okay, so I'm gonna leave this on my hand while I do the toner. So to start with, last weekend was Turkey Trot in the town where I work. What is Turkey Trot, you may ask? Well, so do we every year. Turkey Trot, you know how small towns have the little festival of whatever it is that's important to them? This is the black rice toner. Well, in Yellville, Arkansas, what's important is apparently turkeys. So every fall, early in fall, the end of September, or beginning of October, they do what's called Turkey Trot. And all of the local businesses set up booths, and there's a parade, and something else that I'll get to in a little bit. So my office set up a booth where we were having the most healthy trick-or-treat ever. We only gave items that were related to healthcare. So the poor kids who came to play the games and drugged their parents over got toothbrushes and pill caddies and boxes of Band-Aids. We also had pill cutters, but we didn't give those to anyone under 18 because they have itty bitty razor blades in them. So yeah, they got to drop a thing in the Plinko board that we had, and whatever number it landed on, that's the prize you got. The kids were less than thrilled with those. Some of the parents liked them though. And we also had chapsticks, so you know that was popular until it ran out. And we had something else that was popular until it ran out. Oh, we had these little heating, like they're a combination fidget toy, and they have little beads in them. You can put them in the microwave for 15 seconds and they act as like a warm pack on your face, or you could put them in the freezer for a day and they're an ice pack. So they're kind of cool. Those were really popular with the kids, mainly because I told them what I use them for. When I'm sitting in a meeting or doing training and I have to actually pay attention, I will sit there and squish the little balls inside. Because I'm a grown-up.
Sometimes fidget toys help.
Yes.
No matter what.
Is there still pizza left?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, there's 2 slices left, one of each.
Thank you. Next I'm going in with the Milk Makeup Blur Stick. And we're going to see how this does on some of my imperfections. And although I like my freckles, I'm just going to test it on them because that's that. Yeah. I guess it works. I'm trying it on some of my wrinkles too to see how it works on those. And it does seem to be getting rid of a lot of them. So yay. I don't have many, luckily. I'm holding my youth pretty well. And I'm not doing foundation over these two, which is kind of a weird thing for me. I am, however, doing blush. And we're starting with the Rare Beauty blush that I got this week that I haven't actually tried yet. It came in my Ipsy box. I'm just going to put a couple of dots because it's rather dark and see how that goes. So yeah, and there's also a parade, as I said, and said parade consists of the 2 marching bands from schools in the county, and every frickin' fire truck from that county and a couple from the one next to the county next to us where we live, and also 1 marching band from our county as well. So there was 3 marching bands. And when I say every fire vehicle, I mean every fire vehicle. So it goes around the square. And once you get into the square, there's no easy way out during the parade because there's so many people and there's not really an easy out because we have blocked off side streets. So had there been a fire emergency during the parade anywhere in this county, there would have been problems because every one of them was on the square and stuck. So thankfully, there weren't any fires then. There's one coming up though, so stick around. But yeah, it was quite interesting, and there's also a pageant that goes with it. So there's Miss Turkey Legs. A lot of people don't participate in it who participate in pageants around here though, because it still has a swimsuit category, and that's kind of verboten with a lot of people around here. So it's kind of, I don't know, what's the word, controversial that they still do the, whatever it's called, the swimsuit competition. It's kind of controversial. But we didn't hear anything about it that day. I just had heard about it from other pageant moms that they don't let their kids participate. And the moms who usually participate in the Mrs. Turkey Trot or the Mrs. competitions around here, they don't participate. So, you know, it's a thing. This is the Rare Beauty, by the way, contour stick in my shade. And then last thing we're going to do, because we're sticking with the Rare Beauty theme, is use the Rare Beauty highlighter. So that was Turkey Trot. And then Turkey Trot used to have a tradition where they would drop live turkeys out of an airplane. Well, about 20 years ago, PETA got wind of it. And they were not happy. And so PETA came to our teeny tiny little town and threw a hissy fit and got an injunction. And basically they said, okay, fine, no more dropping live turkeys out of airplanes. And all the town was like, oh. So somebody, and none of us know who, except we all do, decided to become the Phantom pilot. And he would fly over Turkey Trot illegally. This is post 9/11 world, folks. Yes, he filed flight plans. So like I said, it was an open secret who this guy was. Everybody in town knew. We just all banded together and never ever told PETA who it was. And the cops magically never found him, even though they totally knew who it was. But, you know, you can do that kind of stuff in small towns. And he flew over for several years after the law and after PETA got on our case and kept dropping live turkeys. Well, one year, turkeys don't fly, by the way. That's why this was controversial. And it wasn't like he was flying super high. This is a small airplane. He was flying really low. No, turkeys didn't generally get hurt. You know, they were scared out of their wits, but they didn't get hurt. And he did this for a few years, and then one turkey got so scared that he did not attempt to glide. Because while turkeys can't fly, they can glide really well. That's why none of them got hurt. Once they got out of the airplane, they just spread their little wings and they'd kind of glide, and people would find them as they landed, and they provided food for lots of families. Because we do live in a very poor area that does rely on hunting for some of their livelihood. Like, there are families who eat based on how well Dad does in hunting season. That determines how much meat they're going to have this year. So it was a good thing that Turkey Trot was happening. Or the Turkey Trot was happening. But one year, this sad little turkey forgot he could glide and kept his wings in and fell. And it was not pretty. And it was the first time a turkey had actually been injured at Turkey Trot. And at that point, the pilot said, okay, I think we're good now. Let's not do something that actually hurts animals. The fact that they were being, you know, caught when they landed and used for food is one thing. We're assuming they were treated humanely before the end. We're going to go in with our Ofra palette for the highlighter, or for the blush, not the highlighter. This year, instead of any kind of live turkeys being dropped, they got a little drone, and they had the drone drop little stuffed turkeys. And all the kids ran around trying to grab them, and whoever caught one received a lot of coupons from local businesses, including a coupon for a free turkey from Harps, so, which is our local grocer. So it actually worked out better. It was a lot safer. We don't kill turkeys anymore. But yeah. So that was Turkey Trot last weekend. That was the big news last week. This past week, Thursday was wild. Incredibly wild, in fact. You see, what had happened was, when I was a kid, there used to be a stretch of the highway that had green fence, and it had green fence because, I'm using the Lorella palette, by the way, fluorescent palette. The reason it had green fence was because there were ostriches being raised behind it. Now that ostrich farm has long since disappeared. And any big flightless bird is not native to Arkansas. The turkey is the biggest we get. So we don't see a lot of very random big bird sightings. But Thursday we did, when 2 emus managed to escape. Escape from where? I don't have a real good idea. I'm not sure where around here we are raising emus. But they escaped, they did. Maybe it was a truck driving through. Maybe it was a farm around here. I don't think anybody really knows where they came from. Or maybe they do, and I just haven't paid close enough attention. It's entirely possible as well. But yeah, there were 2 emus running amok in our tiny Arkansas town. And I do mean running amok. Like, they were seen all over town, and people were like, what the heck? What's going on? And trying to catch them, they couldn't be caught, and they're a little bit, like, they're not deadly birds, per se, but they're definitely not docile birds, either. So there's a hilarious video out there on TikTok of the cops doing the second slowest chase ever, second only to the 5-mile-an-hour one behind a certain Bronco in the 90s. All right, we're gonna do our eye makeup look with the Light Astral eyeshadow palette. I'm gonna give it its best chance by putting on a little primer though, because it's really light. So yeah, there is a super slow police chase on TikTok you can look for of police trailing emus in Mountain Home, Arkansas. Now the emus were captured the next day on Friday by one of our local vets. No harm was done to people or animals, and they were returned to wherever they belong. But the fact that our town had an emu chase is hilarious. So yeah, that happened. But wait, there's more. As the emus were running around wreaking havoc, another interesting thing happened when the Sonic in the middle of town caught on fire. How? Nobody knows. What we do know is what burned was this shed behind the Sonic, which was used as an employee break room and storage area, more as a storage area than a break room. And the grease vats next to said storage room also managed to catch on fire. So that made it look a lot bigger and worse than it was, because grease burns really hot and really big and all that. It wasn't actually that terrible, but it looked super bad. But yeah, it did destroy one car, which is sad, but the Sonic is fine and was open 2 hours later. Because heaven forbid, people go without their Sonic. That just was not going to happen. So yeah, there was some drama in our little small town this week. And I find all of it slightly hilarious, just because, like, 3 big things happened in our area this week, when normally each one of these would have been the story of the year. And now not one of them was even the story of the week. Well, I guess Sonic and the Emus are fighting. I think the Emus are winning for story of the week. But yeah, that's Sleepy Town comes to life. Oh, and we're also having a No King's Day protest in town, and we are staying the hell out of town today because I expect that to turn just a wee bit violent. And I'm kind of waiting to hear how that goes because our town is a little right-wing and a little unhappy with anyone who does not follow the status quo. So that should be interesting to find out how that went. I'm hoping it goes, like, there was a big protest before here. There's been several as things have progressed, but there was one while Trump was president last time. I forget what it was, what precipitated it. But it was surprisingly peaceful. Like, there were some anti-protesters across the way, but they kind of the anti-protesters lost their oomph because it happened in summer, and the anti-protesters did not plan ahead, did not bring water, and were not faring well at all. And so the protesters gave them some of their water. And as that water was exchanged, some kind words were exchanged and thank yous. And the vast majority of the people who were doing the anti-protest kind of realized, hey, maybe we should just leave because this isn't as big a deal as we thought it was. And most of them left, and it was just one guy screaming obscenities across the highway. And then every hour or so, one of the guys from the protest would bring him water. He'd take it, say thank you, gulp it down, and go right back to screaming obscenities at the people who kept giving him water. And that kind of persuaded people that maybe we had misjudged this. But it's been 10 years since that happened, so yeah. And I don't think it's going to be as peaceful today. Feelings are a lot more flared up than they were last time. So we shall see. I'm staying the hell home. I will see from Facebook. Because I do not support violence. If I went to I don't think there's going to be violence on the side of the protesters. But I don't want Wolf to go to jail. And if anyone attacked or said anything to me, Wolf might go to jail. I don't want anyone to find out that I'm, this strongly supporting it, mainly because I have a child who goes to school in this town. And I never ever want it to come back on him. And I cannot guarantee that it wouldn't if I did something. So we have made the decision that we are going to keep our heads down and find other ways to support the things I believe in. Wolf does too, but Wolf's not as militant as I am about protests and things he supports. Like, he believes in it and he would fight for it, but he's not necessarily, hey, let's go to the protest. That's a more me thing. Right? You have beliefs, you will fight for your beliefs, but you're not like, hey, let's go protest.
Yeah.
In a state where we're not going to change any minds. Sorry, we're not. If there are not people on the ledge here. You either feel one way or you feel the other. And if you feel one way, you're in the minority. And they will take your livelihood. They will run you out of town. They will stop frequenting places where you work. Even if you don't own it, they will demand your firing or they won't show up. And while I don't think my place of work would bow to that pressure, I don't know either. So,
Yeah, you never know.
I'm keeping my happy little butt at home because I have a family to make sure that is fed and safe. And hopefully people understand that. And if they don't, that's fine. But we had to make a decision. There's also something to be said about peace with family members when said family members control your access to your child. And while Wolf's parents are kind of more neutral than militantly one way or another, I don't want them to forbid Wolf, especially, but both of us from seeing the kid because we're putting targets on our back, you know? So it's safer to stay out of it for our child.
Yeah.
And that's what I care about. If it were just me and Wolf, like if there were no kids involved, I'd be there today. Which means Wolf would be there today, which probably means one of us would end up in jail today. Because I'm pretty pacifist. Like, I can take people cussing at me and calling me names and stuff. But if anybody, like, actually hurt me, like, whether it was physically or managed to actually break my feelings somehow, which is not very likely, Wolf gets a little pissed at that. Mm-hmm. And if anybody actually did try to lay hands on me, Wolf very probably would go overboard trying to protect me, so let's just not. The point is to not have violence.
Your pizza is in the microwave.
Thank you. Thank you. I don't know. Like, I had a friend post on Facebook this week talking about how he doesn't understand how the majority voted the way they did because everybody he's talked to, only like 2 or 3% are supportive of it. Where's the other 60% of the country that voted this way? They're here. They're in the South. The vast majority of people around me voted a certain way. And, not just voted that way, but militantly believes in that vote. And definitely militantly believes that the other side is out to come steal their guns, turn all of their children gay, and abort all the children that haven't been born. Because that is what is on the liberal agenda. Obviously it's not, but they ardently believe that that's it. That we're all homosexual terrorists wanting to kill babies. Even up to after they're born. And sure or not, they're not going to listen to anything different than what they've been told. And while I'm glad in larger cities that isn't so much the case that you find those people, it's the case here. And I do try not to get political on here, so like I'm trying not to go into details about anything here. My content has made it pretty clear that I land on the liberal side of moderate. I'm technically independent. I vote for people, not parties. But right now, there's a pretty definite like side that is kind to people and side that wants some people to not exist. And some of the people they want not to exist include me. So I'm neurodivergent. I'm open about it. I don't think it's a disability. I don't call myself disabled because of it. It's just my brain works differently. I support people's rights to live their life, love who they want, independently of any government pushing into you. You have the right to be who you want to be, love who you want to love, and I don't think the government has any business sticking their nose in that. Apparently, that makes me a crazy liberal terrorist. Who knew? I thought that was equality and justice for all. But, you know, is what it is. All right, so we're going to wrap it up by making ourselves smell delicious. Since Wolf is home and it's the weekend, I'm going to put on the Golden Glaze by Truly. I am really, really considering getting the Ulta Mini Brands collab Christmas advent calendar just because I'm pretty sure it has one of these Truly bottles in there, and I am desperately on the hunt to get one item that is a mini of something I own. Just one. I don't care which one. And it may be that I end up buying something that I already have a mini of. I don't know. Probably not, because I think the minis are a little cheaper. The closest I have come is there was a Tarte palette, and I got that. I have a different Tarte palette, but there was a Tarte palette in one of mine, so I have the Tarte palette. It's just not a Tarte palette that I own. But that's okay. So the lipstick, by the way, was Magic Black to Pink lip stain from Real or Her, which I got in one of my Whatnot bags, I think. Either Whatnot or Allure, I don't remember. And then the perfume I sprayed is the Commodity Milk, which I am absolutely, or the Milk brand perfume called Commodity. I'm obsessed with this. This is my second favorite perfume I have ever tried. It almost ties with my first, but my first favorite is $65 a bottle. That's $155 a bottle. So I'm going to keep my favorite, the one I can actually afford, that I might actually be able to purchase at some point. Don't know when, but at some point. I am really excited. The Icon box, like they've been revealing spoilers, and I don't generally... Ow. My hair got caught in the pin mechanism of my hair clip. I don't generally cover spoilers on this page, not because I don't want to, but just because usually by the time I find the spoilers, everybody else has already covered them, and I don't want to just redo videos of my favorite YouTubers. I want to do my own content. So like if I happen to think, oh, I might be the first one that saw this, I might be able to, you know, get this out before Shares Beauty, or shoot, who's the other one who I watch for spoilers? I don't know. If I can get them out before then, cool beans, I might do it. Like I did with the P. Louise Advent Calendar reveal. I was so excited to be one of the first ones to catch that, or at least make a video about it. But I'm not gonna reveal things that they've already revealed that I've heard from them. That's just silly. I wanna be a secondary source, not a tertiary. And if you know what that means, it's just a little library research assistant humor. But I have seen the first 3 or first 4 reveals of the Icon box for next month. There's no curator, which is weird because the whole point of it being an Icon box is it's curated by a celebrity icon or a beauty community icon. And this one does not appear to be. Like, we're halfway through October and they have not reeled a celebrity person they've worked with. So I think they don't have one. I don't know if that's going to be like their new thing, that it's going to be iconic items instead of curated by an icon, but I don't know how I feel about it. I really liked the celebrity aspect of the Icon box and like getting to see what they like and why they like it and what they use. I also liked the idea of like takeover boxes where maybe Natasha Denona did an entire Natasha Denona box, or somebody from Tarte did an entire Tarte box. That would be really cool. Selena Gomez doing an entire Rare Beauty box. Love it. It doesn't even have to be entirely their items, but where we're going to get items from their beauty brand, as well as some of their favorite products by other brands. I think that'd be awesome. But that doesn't seem to be what's happening. What appears to be happening is they are backing off of celebrities. But there are some really good items in there. I really like some of the brands, and I've seen that one of the items you could get is a perfume by the same people who make my favorite perfume, which if you don't know is 5 Cents Life of the Party. I love it. It is me in a bottle. That is what I want to smell like every day of my life. One of the items you could get is the 5 Cents Live It Up. Actually, I don't know. I don't remember. Fire Within. I don't remember what it is, but it's got like a yellow. As long as it's not like super citrus heavy, I will probably pick that given the option to, just because of how much I love Life of the Party. I'm curious what their other smells are like. Scents smell like, let's say it that way. I'm curious what their other scents smell like. But we shall see. And I have my mystery box from Ipsy that is making its way to me. Will be here Monday. and I am super curious what the heck they shipped to me. Did I get a second BoxyCharm? Did I get an early icon box where I didn't get to pick anything? Are they sending me a mistake? Since I resubscribed, do I get the glam bag that they were offering for new people? If you joined, you also got a glam bag? I don't know. Did I somehow make their PR list without knowing it? I don't know. I have searched through my emails to try to figure it out, and I can't find anything. So, hell if I know what's going on. But we'll find out. Yeah. All I know is they're sending me another box that I did not order. So whatever it is, it's going to be exciting. If it is the PR icon box, I need to look at the rules on if I can do a giveaway or not. But as long as it's not PR, at least some of it will be a giveaway. So we'll go with that. Speaking of which, I said this one was going to be a giveaway. So I'm also going to try to calculate how much the giveaway is worth right now, which is the main reason I wanted this to be a giveaway video. Actually, I'll be back after I do the math. Okay, so we haven't gone over everything that is currently in the prize box in a while, but I just went through and did all the math, so we're gonna go over that. In our prize box currently, there is this Bling Bling Labubu speaker. These go for about, like, it was hard to find this exact one, but they tend to go for about $20 from this brand. So that's what I'm counting that as, 20. You have the Skin Fix makeup bag. This is a free with purchase, we all know that. So I'm gonna count it as free, doesn't value it anything. Or did I count it as free? Oh, little makeup bag. You could get it free with purchase, or you could buy it for $5. It comes as part of the Skin Fix Christmas set. I'm counting it as $5 because that's what you would have to pay for it. That's what it's worth. I also have some Werther's Originals in there, so there's that. And the range is tit. You're getting a Labradorite piece made by my husband that we would have sold in our shop for $5. You're also getting the He or She Mystic Moods primer. This surprised me. This sells for $17. You get the Lorella lipstick, and this sells for $10. You also are getting some Lorella face gems, and these sell for $6. But I think in that $6 you get a pack of like 4 colors, so I'm going to call these $3. Or $2. We'll call them $2. Say you get 6. Yes, it's raining. Derek just came up and was like, do you hear that? I'm like, yeah, not only do I hear that, I said it a few minutes ago.
Sorry.
It's okay.
I here down there because, oh wait, I got AC.
I know. You're also getting an O2 bubble mask. This goes for $1.50. You're getting the NYX Butter Gloss. This is a travel or sample size, but I'm going to count it as $1. It's going in there. It has value, just not much. You are getting Jeffree Star Supreme Gloss because I don't know. But this sells for $20. That's in there. You're getting the Aero Oil Cleansing Spray in the travel size. It is $10. $10.50. We're gonna call it $10. I just realized my math doesn't make sense. That's okay. You are getting a Cupid Chaser blush stick in Dewy Nude. This is $3 because I couldn't find a price for it, so we're gonna go with that. You're getting the Tropical Breeze, or the VV Love Tropical Breeze, which is a dupe for Sol de Janeiro, and it smells really good, and they smell really close. This goes for $9.32. I just found where the weird math came from. You're also getting the Glamlite Fresh Prince Setting Spray. This sold for $14. You can't even get it anymore. You're getting a couple little doodads from my husband's Advent calendar from last year. I'm not counting them as anything. They're free. The Juvia's Place Nefertiti highlighter. This goes for $15. You're also getting a Hello Kitty lotion, random brand. I'm counting it as $1. You get a thunder. You get a keychain made out of lapis lazuli. We would have sold that for $10. You're getting a Disney Villains lip gloss that sold for $1.25. You are getting some samples of CoverGirl. I'm not counting these as value. They're free. You're also getting several discount cards because we get them in various things and we're not going to use them. If you don't want to use them, throw them away. I don't care. But in case you want to use it, you want to try it, there's a discount. You get the Benefit 24-hour brow setter. It goes for $28. You get the Anastasia Beverly Hills skinny brow pencil. It goes for $16. You're getting the entire Dew of the Gods Vitamin Blend Body Lotion in Pumpkin Sugar Cookie. It goes for $65. And the item I'm adding today goes with the Lorella lipstick. It is a matching lip liner, also from Lorella, and it goes for $5. So all added up, the total value of the giveaway right now is $247.57. So the giveaway, about halfway through the giveaway period, is at $250.
Jesus Christ.
I know.
Why did we add so much?
Because I'm doing it over a quarter instead of over a month. Lots of little things add up. Wolf's like, what? Okay, so that's the box. That's why I've had to upgrade its packaging. So it's not going to be able to come. I mean, I guess I could put it in my Ipsy box, but I don't want to get you excited thinking you got an Ipsy box. I don't know. But it'll either be in that Ipsy box or in a priority mail box about this size.
Well, is that one finished?
No.
Okay, then we're probably going to have to upgrade the box.
There's still room in this box. Like, there's still quite a bit of room in that box. That's why I upgraded to that one instead of a just slightly larger one. I wanted to make sure there was enough room for another month. So if you would like to enter this giveaway where half of it is valued at $250, we still have my icon box, we still have the mystery box that's on its way here, we still have November's, if not Allure, then something else, because there's a chance I'm going to pause Allure and get like ice cream or something instead. You still have whatever else, I just did another one thing, and there's a really good item coming in that. So yeah, there's still a bunch of things coming, and I'm going to wrap this up quickly before the storm truly hits and we lose power. Not the camera doesn't operate on power, but I do, because I am a robot. No. So if you would like to enter, all you have to do is click that link down below. It's going to ask you a few very simple questions. The important ones that differentiate from normal are: what video are you watching? This is the Get Ready With Me Small Town Stories. And what did I add? I added a lip liner. There are some rules to this thing. You have to be over 18. I don't want a child's address. I'm sorry. Find an adult, have them enter, claim a finder's fee. Number 2, 1 entry per household per video. Sorry, you and your roommate cannot both enter. Pick one of you, split it in half. Someone abused it, so now I have to have that as a rule. Number 3, you have to live somewhere I can ship to from the United States. So right now, that's pretty much everywhere. Crap happens. Today it looks like we might be going to war in Venezuela. If so, I'm assuming I can't ship there. So just be aware. The last and final rule is you have to be subscribed to me. Now, outside of the rules, if you find a new way to bend the odds in your favor unfairly, 1, I'm going to ban you from this and all future giveaways. 2, I'm going to have to create a new rule, and I'm going to title it your YouTube name, so that everybody knows this rule exists because you cheated. So don't do that. Just play fair, guys. It's a $250 giveaway today, and it's only halfway through getting things added, and I'm covering shipping. I mean, find me another place that has odds as good as this one. Last time, the winner's odds were 1 in 58. I probably will have a few more entries now because my channel is growing slightly, and because I'm telling you how much this is valued at. And I'm doing this all because I have a goal of hitting 500 by Christmas. I'm right under 250 right now. So that gives me 2.5 months to double my follower count. My last time I had a goal, it was hit 200 by my birthday. I blew it out of the water, hit it 2 weeks early. That's awesome. So now let's get me to 250 let's get me to 500 by Christmas. That would be amazing. I do have I have some really fun videos planned. I am doing another giveaway in December that is going to be all items from the advent calendars that I've opened, plus the other random stuff that gets added as usual when I do boxes, if I have boxes in December. But I have at least 12 advent calendars that I will be opening on my channel. So we're doing like a 12-day advent calendar, but it's every other day. So there will be lots of good stuff added. Oh, look, a free box of HelloFresh. I think I will throw that in there. It doesn't have any value, folks, because you have to subscribe and it's a thing. But anyway, thank you for joining me. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe and enter the giveaway and do all the things, and hope that we don't get any crazy, scary storms out of this, because it's possible. I'm gonna go eat pizza. Bye, guys.